Hey guys, it's Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and I am bringing you day 18, oh my gosh, of the 31 Days of Tarot created by the one and only Ethany. Okay, so today's question is, how do I choose a deck for readings? So obviously for doing readings for myself, I'll choose from any one of my decks. But if I'm doing readings for clients, I have an assortment of decks that I keep kind of off to the side just for clients. And then based off of the question, the energy that I'm getting from the client, the client doesn't always have to be face to face with me. Sometimes they email me, they could meet with me and then ask me to email them later, or they want me to do a video reading or something like that. But based off the energy coming from their question, what I'm getting from the person, and based off the question itself kind of determines the deck that I'm going to use. So I kind of feel out my decks a little bit, and then I'm like, which one do I think matches this reading the most? Okay, so let me show you a sampling of some of the decks that I would choose from for client readings. This is just kind of like the main group of decks that I would use for their readings. If it's a friend, like a close friend, or somebody that I know really well, or somebody that, I'm really vibing off their personality and I know that they would enjoy a certain deck, I might stray from these decks and maybe choose from my other stash, my secret stash. Okay, oh, P.S. Yes, I am casually just filming on my bed today. Just, we went for a walk around our hills, and by hills I mean the kind of hills that most cars don't make it up, and hills that make San Francisco quite jelly. So we got the Billy Goat Hills. So we went walking until like well after dark, and so here I am. Okay, so here are just some of the decks that I might use for client readings. First we have the Delos Tarot. Let me also point out, if I have reading for a child, let's say like a teenager or somebody younger than a teenager, I might bust out the Delos. Also for a kid, I might bust out the Happy Tarot. But this is not to say that I don't use them for adults as well. Adults also enjoy the Happy Tarot. And again, it kind of depends on the personality of the person. If somebody is, going through a really, really emotionally difficult time, maybe they need the Happy Tarot. If I'm not quite getting that off their personality, then maybe this would not be appropriate for that person. Okay, other decks that I have in mind. Definitely the Wild Unknown. That is something that gets used quite a bit. The Cosmic Tarot. This is actually one of my mainstays. So I would say more often than not, this is the deck that gets used for client readings. Again, depending on personality, I might bust out my Pagan Otherworlds. Comes in this happy little pouch. I might bust this out for somebody if they're special enough, because this is kind of like my deck. Like me and this deck, we get along. We homies. So again, yeah, depending on the person, maybe more along the lines of somebody I know pretty well. Then we'll bust out the Pagan Otherworlds. If it's usually for relationship readings, and like very emotional type readings, then I will bust out my Dame Darcy. Let's see. Moving right along again. So I have kind of like a selection for client readings, but these are not all my decks. Again, if I think I need to pull from the other stash, then I'll pull from the other stash. Again, it's just all feeling. What's my intuition telling me? One that people ask for, like I usually don't lay out my decks and say, would you like to choose a deck to play with? I usually don't do that. This is not a buffet. But if depending on the mood that I'm in, if I have 2 or 3 decks with me, and I just so happen to have the Housewives Tarot. People like this one. They really like this one. They find it soothing, you know, actually, you know, that the messages they get from it, they don't seem as jarring, you know. Okay, other decks, if it's a pretty serious reading, I might bust out my Crystal Tarot. Depending on the type of romance reading, I'll bust out the Romantic Tarot. For animal lovers or connecting to animal spirit, because I do, you know, I am a medium, so I do connect with spirit and I do connect with other energies, and so somebody might like the Animism Tarot. So I've used this a couple of times, especially for connecting with animal spirit, or it's just the type of person, you know, it's not necessarily connecting with an animal spirit. Another spirit deck that I have is the Light Gray Tarot. Although this works well for anything, and I've already mentioned this in another video, you know, whatever the question, romance question, spirit question, relationship questions, doesn't matter. This is a really good one. So I would say this, my Cosmic Tarot, and maybe the Dame Darcy. Those are usually my most worked decks. Maybe throw in the Housewives. Okay, the Star Child, can't even talk, blah, blah, blah. The Star Child Tarot, what I found is that teenagers really respond to this deck. So I will use it for adults, but I really find that teenagers respond to this, and preteens, so young kids as well. I do like to have fun with my gigantic Rider-Waite. If I'm just, you know, going someplace for a reading, I might have this one in another deck, but people kind of like the giant cards, and I appreciate them too. I think they give some big, bold messages, no pun intended. Okay, and last but not least is my Food Fortunes. You know, if I just so happen to have this one on me and I kind of, you know, have it on the table and I am doing like a face-to-face reading, people will ask, you know, can I have the Food Fortunes instead? Or let's do the one with the food cards. You know, sometimes they find some of the other cards maybe off-putting, you know, maybe a little too esoteric for them, but, you know, with this one, it's, you know, they feel a little more at ease. Okay, so that's it. That's like my main group of decks that I would maybe choose from for clients. I would not bring all of these. Let's say if I was going to go read someplace, you know, I was going to go like set up a booth or something, I would probably just choose a few of them, like some of the mainstay ones that I've already mentioned before. If I'm doing, you know, obviously a video reading or an email reading or Viber or something like that, then, you know, kind of based off the question, I might choose from these. If it's somebody that I know really well, then again, I'm choosing from the other stash. So, I mean, that's my answer. That's my answer for what or how do I choose a deck for client readings. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. Leave me some comments in that comment section below, and let me know what decks you would use for client readings or readings in general. All right, or maybe just stop by and be like, what's up? And I'm like, what's up? Whatever, it's late. Anywho, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Have an awesome rest of your week, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 19. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.